What's going on, everybody? Time for another YouTube recap. Let's get into what we're seeing in the market as the Don Man is back, and obviously market has to flush highs, baby. So as we come into the X, like we said, pump is coming. Stay long for the election manipulation and hold all your longs, please. We busted over an over-under level back this was early November 5th. That was the morning of days ago, November 5th. Please hold all your stuff. Please hold. We are ripping, okay? Just ripping the rocket ships, the calls. We got a payout. We got a lot of fun stuff today. So we'll start with a couple of our morning Discord plays here. Called some beautiful shorts during the algorithm scalps that we've seen on the minute chart. Walked everybody through everything best we could. And then we called NQ about 20,000, 113. That was about another 100-point call. And as we posted here, casual little 100-point call long for us. And it went even higher than that. So beautiful long day. Again, just FOMO, MOMO at the highs. Little example here in Discord as I break down every little tiny thing that we take per trade, right? And we do P&L updates. We know exactly what our entries and exits are. We show every little tiny thing here as we get momentum into every single one of these trades. So we had a couple of really good bangers today, and we ended up green. Gave a little back at the end of the day, but still nice, really good green. Some really long-winded explanations about everything in the chat. Let's get into it. So how did we know the market was going up? Well, we didn't. It's at all-time highs, man. There's no resistance, no such thing up here. There's barely anything you can use, right? But the algo gods have blessed us with a pre-market algo box, right? And if you know me, I'm really big on golden pocket tags. Where is it? It's not here. So we gave everybody over-under of 508 this morning because this algorithm is either going to come down, hit golden pocket and go, or stay above 508, FOMO run. I really wanted to stay to that short side to get that long dip buy to go, maybe even yesterday's highest dip buy go, but we didn't get it quite yet. The Don Man back effect is there. So it's going to be short and sweet here, guys. We had a MAC rollover. We had nothing but buyers in pre-market on the stack. We had perfect moving averages coming up here after the algo. Small sell wave got destroyed. We opened up and stayed above 508, pressed right into the 1618 and ran away. Now, notably, we'll give you some hints here. Like we said, hold. For tomorrow, a back test of the volume weighted average price, 100 EMA will be on watch. If you notice that price action here on the 5-minute chart, we ran away from both 100 EMA and VWAP. So despite the pullback, everything just consolidated in price action, regardless of the bearish metrics the MACD gave you. But as we said in my chat and what we take care of the members here, and as we were blabbing all day, all night, we said because the VIX is so low, heavy down manipulation, I said just turn it off. Don't even use the VIX. It's not going to be useful at all. This gap down is crazy, and the lighter the VIX, the smaller the number, the harder it is for the market to change direction because the VIX is way down at 15, right? When it was way up at 22 and we'd have, any kind of tweet or catalyst or anything like that, poof, we'd get a move down, right? Because the volatility index, we track fear here, and that is the one thing we have to keep in check. So when there is a very low amount of fear and the FOMO market is at all-time high, the likelihood of those drops are very, very small percent chance, right? And we said that a million times. I'm sure my team is sick of hearing it, so let's get on to the algo. So we had this algo blowout over 508, over under, right? All-time high mover, and it's just the Q's turn to keep the FOMO alive. So again, we're nothing but bullish. I wanted the pullback to go, but the only thing I could do to help the crew here is get out of the way of the market. It was going to go straight up and then watch for the pullback zone at the orange pocket. So we have an algo from yesterday and an algo from today, and we created a little channel between those algos. The one in pre-market you see right here, the top 2618 resistance 512.49. The one from yesterday that we have right here, this algo, notice how this one played out very well, where the fib algo box came down, filled all price action, and then looped and swooped right back up. That's what we wanted to see today in the algo, but it didn't. So we actually are going to pay very close attention to this price action at 506.61. This will be a short target. There is going to be a magnet whenever this is created, and the price action is going to get sucked all the way back down here eventually, whenever the market wants to give up. Doesn't have a time frame for it. So The Fibonacci pocket from yesterday's pre-market, today's pre-market, it developed a 423.60 at the extension and 2618. So all I did is I took this channel and I created a box in between, and I said this will be a resistance zone. You can scalp it. Don't touch anything besides that. And our trade plan was you're either to come down to VWAP and you're going to long that sucker up to the orange, or it's going to slowly scam you, move back up, hit the orange, and then you can short it for a scalp. Scalps are very fast paced. So once you pushed into the orange zone here, take a short. We had that here. We had about 40 points on the short call for our group. Hit or miss, we were already closed down by there. It was a good call. It worked out on the scalp, but notice the confirmation continued, okay? And these algos gave you these confirmations, right? When it pushed up in today's pre-market, blew all the way to the 2618, rejection as expected, pushed, used the zone as support, pushed, use the zone as support. Now notice we never came back down. We just used 5125's algorithm of 423.6, the Fibonacci extension, as support. It wouldn't even allow it to go to VWAP in the purple or 100 EMA in the green. This thing is on another level. It was doing whatever it wanted to do, right? So with that being said, she just continued higher and higher and higher on the pump, right? Into the all-time highs, into the move. Same thing happened with SPY here. We didn't have a algo for SPY, but we were correct in assuming the uptrend. And SPY always being the better trader than Qs. Never trade Qs, always trade ES and SPY. Trade ES while using SPY. That is our game. We always do that. Been doing it for years and years. So SPY here, little different story because it is a much better trader than Qs. It opened up and held VWAP, actually got a tag, ran away for a little bit, came back down, shied the VWAP, fine. New highs, and then again, like I said, FOMC, a little shake and bake here, but I told everybody just to go long off VWAP or the 100 because that's going to be your first tags. Now, again, as we talked about Qs over there, he will be looking for the pullback down into the 100 EMA, 5-minute, or VWAP as we come into tomorrow, because we're going to be looking for that back test because we never got one yesterday. So that will become a magnet itself, right? Oh, that is a horrible magnet. But you get the point. The price action gets sucked down into the VWAP at some point. We'll be looking for that during live trading hours. Don't forget that play. That'll be a good scalp. But on the SPY here, we did come back down into support as called both, and it was a beautiful long end of the day. So if you were nice and patient, waited for the long play to come that we had called long into the VWAP or the 100, you got another 26 points out of ES. Obviously, let's be real, you don't catch the whole move, but man, you could have caught at least 17 of that. That's a pretty easy one. So fantastic move there on SPY. That's how we played it today, just plain momentum. I wish we had a longer, more amazing video for it, but we're at all-time highs, guys. When we FOMO move, we have intraday indicators, and that's it. One of the bigger takeaways I'll give you here on the NQ, we're going to slide down to the 1-minute chart, and this was the only support we could see on the faster moving time frame because we didn't have anything on the 5-minute. So this was one that we said wait for the 200 catch up. So again, this is something that we mentioned on the smaller time frames. 200 SMA here in the peach. And when you see deadly consolidation, I call this deadly consolidation because it doesn't matter what the indicators do, right? High, low, high, low, high, low. It just does not drop. And you see me multiple times in this channel. I'll draw or on this channel, I'll draw a channel like this, and I'll give it a high low, right? And I'll say, well, until we start breaking out of this channel and creating trend, that's your only long. Wait till you get outside the range and utilize the confirmational back test. Well, the back test of the 200 SMA was support, so you had a really good ride on the 200 SMA support. And if you use the channel like we love to do, even this algo right here from the FOMC, later on in the day, we use the algorithms as FOMC high lows. So what we do on the intraday here is same as the pre-market algos, which we have been talking about here. We catch that, we do a high low, and anything over the golden pocket, which is in between the 61.8, let's delete this so it's easier to see, between the 61.8 and the 38.20, and that will range you up, right? So that's going to get you, let's move this to the middle here. I forgot how to do that. Add curve, remove curve, select style, save default. Usually you can show on left, I guess we can move it over to. Move them both to the left so they're easier to see right here. So right here is GP that we're talking about. Now this had shied, hit, right, and then went, which is very important. The algorithms love to treat these like gaps for some reason. The high-low fib box we got right here, you watch the price action, and as long as it stays above the golden pocket, which is 21,180 right here, this lower side, that's going to be relative support, and that's going to push us higher into the 1618. So even if you missed all the other moves, you waited till after the FMC, you were patient, you fibbed out the one data candle it gave you, it produced you another great play. It came down, it filled the entire Fibonacci range right to the penny, as it's supposed to. The bottom of the data candle was hit and tagged, right? And then it goes back up, squeezes, creates not only a beautiful higher high right here, dumps on everybody, right? Because algos love to do what? Fresh low reversals. So if you were watching this low and you were watching this low and you got stabbed by this low because you didn't wait till the Fibonacci box completed its cycle to one of the sides before it goes up, we left a shy right here, right? So let's talk about that. You would have got killed. Fresh low in sequence, love to reverse, especially on NQ. So when you see this base and a top right here that did not click into the top data, 21206.63, that is a miss right here, right? You see this thing come down, create two fake bases, fresh low, and then reverse. Well, we already hit the top right here. So once it hit the top, you could look short because we completed the shy and we don't have any data yet on the bottom of the algo. Whoop, right to the bottom of the algo, right up. These things play out all the time. We love algorithms here. We understand a lot of these and how they work. So with this new high and this fresh low, it could do nothing else but recover the 100 EMA. Great confirmation with the 200 right here as well. Right to the 1618. Base squeeze up and back down to the 100 because Fibonacci sequences move in that pattern. So regardless of what the trade goes here, it will go to the 1618 and it has a high percent chance, especially end of the day pullbacks, to come down to the 100 fib to confirm support. So not only did you have one long to the 1618, then you had a reversal short and you had indicators helping you out big time here for that one. Oscillation all showed lower and it came down to the 100 and then you just popped right away again, right towards the triple top of 21,250 area. So another really good data algorithm midday in the FOMC, being patient, waiting until you see that 15 to 30 minutes after the data to assess your Fibonacci points and play. So I hope you found some value here. If you did, you want to join us live because we do this every single morning, live screen share and Discord, links in the description. If you want to support the channel a different way through Apex Trade Funding, we got TG33 to get you a code to get you 80% off, not 85% off. And that'll get you a code. You'll support us and everybody's a happy camper. You come here, watch the videos, request anything you want. Please comment if you want me to cover anything. I would definitely try to do it. And we'll see you in chat if you sign up. If not, we'll see you on the next video. Take care.